I'm gonna be going over racking. I think this is probably the number one thing that got me to where I was this summer. Being able to put up some big numbers is just being able to push and be pleasantly persistent with my clientele. But I always ask before I start, why should we listen to you? I believe in something called the hierarchy of authority. Basically, just means I'm not going to listen to, a divorced person about marriage. I don't take fitness advice from obese people. It's just something that has served me very well. And so, when looking for sales advice, I'm not going to ask. A homeless man, I'm going to ask, Josh, who is out here killing it the last 5 years. So just kind of who I am. I'm Decker. How's it going? I did almost 400K. Josh Bolt, I think it was like 360, but I round up. But yeah, 350. Sure, if you want to say that, Josh. Did pretty decent. I came to Kona from one of the big guys. So anyone who's questioning if you're in the right place, I genuinely believe this is the best place for pest control reps to be. I currently manage a team of 28 guys out in Las Vegas doing detailing door to door. Oh yeah. If you live in like Indiana, Missouri, and some parts of Texas, you might know me from basketball. Outside of that, I'm just the guy who flexes his chains on the doors, which is pretty cool. So if you want to sell 400K as a rookie, if you want to recruit a team of 28, if you want to take advantage of the opportunity we have here, I think there's something you can learn. If you want to be broke forever, then just ignore everything I have to say the next like 20, 30 minutes. So cool. So I'm going to go over when a client says no. I genuinely believe about 99% of the time it's a smokescreen. A smokescreen is not a real obstacle at all. They want you to leave, they want you off the doorstep. It's not a real objection. There's nothing to overcome. An objection is a genuine obstacle between where they are and giving you their credit card. So, like I said, 99% of the time it's a smokescreen or you just haven't given them a good enough deal. So smoke screens, first off, never repeat their BS reason for not buying. So if someone goes, oh, I don't know, I need to think about it. Oh, you need to think about it. By repeating it, you made it real. You acknowledged their smoke screen, and now it's no longer a smoke screen. It's something you have to overcome, and you just dug yourself a hole. Yeah. So some of the most common smoke screens you'll get, I need to think about it. Do you have a card? I'm busy. I cooking dinner. I can't right now. I can't talk right now. So we're just gonna blow by it using what's called the RAC method, just to blow by their Boy Scouts. So the RAC method is RAC. When it comes to a smoke screen, you're going to redirect their attention, add value in one of six ways, and then close them again. So the reason we always close at the end of every single thing, I want you to think back to when you were a kid, right? And you're going down Walmart, you're going down the candy aisle, and whatever like the new candy that everybody wants. And your mom's standing next to you, and you really want her to buy it for you. And so you talk about how awesome it is. For me, it was like the little Lego candies. You like build it and eat your stuff. It was awesome. Um, but your mom never thinks to buy you the candy until you ask her to. And so even after you add value and you haggle and, oh, well, I'll mow the lawn for a month if you buy me this or whatever it is that you're bargaining, after you add value, you have to close again because they're not going to think to buy from you if you don't ask them to buy from you. Pretty straightforward. And then if it's a real objection, we follow the same structure, but we rebuttal what they have to say, overcome their objection, and then add value and close them again. So redirecting their attention, you just ask them to buy, you finish the close, they said no, their guard is up, tension is high. So you want to lower their guard by redirecting their attention. So this could be, have you heard of us before?
Go ahead and hop on, save some money.
I think we're okay for right now. Do you guys have a card or
Yeah,
anything?
I'll leave one before I go. Have you heard of us before, Deanne? Josh.
Yeah. When's the last time you had the house treated? This
Hey,
lady, for
Dex,
example.
we didn't hear the audio with that. I think do you want to play it again? For whatever reason, we couldn't hear the audio on that video
It
you
was
showed.
just me. It was just me using the. Have you heard of us before? That's frustrating though. I try to like implement real stuff. So like I'm not going to tell y'all to do anything that I haven't done 3 billion times myself. Pretty straightforward. But when's the last time you've had the house treated? How long have you been in the neighborhood? Um, and so if y'all want, I have a bunch of stuff. Go follow a bunch of stuff when it comes to racking, sales tips, and just making a butt ton of money. And wearing a chain. But you want to turn the conversation into why they actually need this even more. So when I say, "Hey, have you heard of us before?" They say, "Oh no, I haven't." "Oh well, we're the small local guys. Here's my Google reviews. I just built trust. I just built credibility, and now you want to buy from me even more. I increased value. I increased their perceived likelihood that I can do exactly what I say I can do, even though I'm barefoot and holding a Book of Mormon." When's the last time you had the house treated? Oh, it's been a long time. Oh, then you're really going to love it when you see the difference it makes since it's like 4 years of buildup and whatever. When we do a full flush out, you're going to need this even more. If they just had the house done, then it's probably a switch over pitch. Oh, really? Well, it's mostly been these spider webs. I notice Aptive doesn't do XYZ, and so we're better because we do XYZ. Pretty straightforward. Just whatever they say is the reason why this applies to them even more. How long have you been in the neighborhood is another great redirect. Oh, I've been here forever. Awesome. That means you know everybody. So if you can put in a good word for me, it would go a long way, and I'd be willing to give you a referral discount. Or, oh, I'm brand new. Awesome. We work with new movers and we do a big discount because of all the moving expenses. Or, oh, good. So you won't tell anyone a little secret. Keep this between us. Uh, Pretty straightforward. People love. Hold on, I'm about to sneeze. Maybe, maybe not. Oh well. Damn. I apologize. Mm, my allergies been bugging today. I apologize. The next thing you're going to do is add value. So, like I said, there's 6 ways of doing this. You can give them free stuff, drop the price, drop the package, drop the contract length, upsell with a discount, or just restate the value. So some free perks, my go-tos: shed, garage, pool perimeter, deck, patio, fence line, mailbox, pergola. I've sold trampoline, swing set, pretty much anything that's on their yard and bugs can touch, you can add in for free, like 99% of the time. Price dropping, you always got to make sure you give a business reason. So I want y'all to think, if I come to you and I say, "Hey, I have this little, gadget and I'm selling it for $200," and you say no, and I say, "Well, I'll give it to you for 150." I look like a scammer. I look like, "Oh, well, if you could have done it for 150, why did you not just say that to begin with? You're trying to take my money." Obviously, that's our job. We're here to take the money. But we can't be like super, super pushy about it, because then people's guards go up and no one likes scammers. The other thing is name the discount just to have a little bit more fun with it. So my go-to is, if you can leave me and my team an honest review, I'll put you on our loyalty rate. I have no clue if that's a real thing, but it's a business reason for me to drop the price. Keep a secret for me, because like Ruth, the old lady down the road, she's still paying $179 a month, and if she even found out that I'm going to offer you this, it's just a lot of drama. I don't want her calling me wondering, "Oh, why do you get a good deal? Because you're so much cooler than her." Whatever. So I'll give you for 159. And just like building rapport, having fun with it. No one's going to slam the door if they're smiling and laughing. I play on that a lot just by being fun, which is awesome. Um, One thing I love about our career, I've made about 75 to 80% of my sales between the hours of 5 and 8, which is our prime time. But most of these people work 9 to 5s. The concept of working past 5 is obscure to them. And so you can use that to your advantage a lot. I've used this a lot after 5 p.m. Yeah, I know my fiance's got dinner on the table. It's just getting cold. But if you can take my last spot, I just got to fill up my route for tomorrow. You'd be doing me a huge favor. I'm really hungry. Playing on whatever you can, because it's after 5. So in their opinion, oh, he's out past 5 o'clock. He's working overtime, which is like our normal job. We don't start till noon. We're chilling. But you can use that to your advantage and build some rapport, kind of sympathy points. You'd be doing me a favor, take my last spot, then I go sell 9 more last spots tonight, which is awesome. The next is package drop. I believe these were the prices for Kona last summer. Mosquito, the big bundle 99, medium bundle 89, then the like super down sell for 39. If you have someone at the 99 and they say no, you can drop them to the 89. Drop the package. Makes sense. Contract drop. I always anchor at 24 months. If they have an issue with it, room to go to the starter rate, 18 months. And then if they still have an issue, just try me out for 12 months. I'll come out once for each of the 4 seasons because I rotate my products with the weather. It's literally no commitment at all. If you don't like me after a year, just kick me to the curb. Totally cool. And so you have room to play with that lever. Upsell for a discount is one of my personal favorites. You add a value or a free perk, anchor the price super high, and give them a discount. So, for example, if I have someone at 89 a month for the basic pest and rodent, yeah, the mosquitoes are pretty bad. It's usually an extra 75 to add that on. But if you can take my last spot, I'd be willing to add our mosquito buckets and fog for just an extra 25 bucks. Sound fair? The minimum for mosquito is 99. They just agreed to a 114, which means more contract value for me. And they feel like they're getting a better deal because I upsold it and then gave them a big discount. And then the last, my personal favorite, is just to restate the value. At the end of the day, people don't listen to like 80% of what you say if they don't think it applies to them. And like we established, they don't think it applies to them until you ask them to buy, which means you can repeat everything you said in the service portion without sounding super repetitive. Because odds are they forgot it, they weren't paying attention, they weren't listening. Then they'll listen now. Closing. The ABCs always be closing. They're not going to buy unless you ask them to. I think I've said that 4 times by now. So please, please keep closing. Don't lose deals. I see way too many people make that mistake. But I use 4 main types of closes: soft close, contract close, choice of 2 positives, and an assumed close. So going through that, a soft close is very low pressure. If they're really not interested, not asking many buying questions, it's a very low pressure way of getting them to basically say no again so you can add more value. A hard close, they're clearly on the fence. They just need a push to get over the edge and hand you their credit card. So some examples of a soft close. If I did that, you got to give me a shot, right? That's my favorite. Again, keep them smiling, keep them laughing, or just the basic sound fair, sound cool, fair enough. All of those are examples of soft closes, super low pressure. The 3 main hard closes I use are contract, choice of 2 positives, and the assumed close. So going through a contract close is something that moves you forward in the CRM. So whether you're using, I think it's field routes, pest routes, in your CRM, you need 4 things to sign people up, which is your name, email, phone number, and the address. And so when you close, you're going to ask for their name, their email, their phone number, their address. So some of my favorite lines, my guys will always text you when we're on the way. What's a good phone number? Yeah, then we'll email you a receipt and a copy of the agreement. What's your email? Yeah, and just so you're not paying for your neighbors on your dime, what's your address? Awesome. And how do you spell your name again? It's stuff that you need to sign them up. That way you can get all the information and you can just put the contract in front of them and say, sign here. Contract close. Choice of 2 positives. So a lot of y'all lose deals because you ask people a yes or no question. Do you want to buy this? Yes or no. You give them a chance to say no. So how do we fix that? By asking yes or yes questions, because then they can't say no, right? So I don't ask, do you want to buy it? I ask, do you want me doing the inside too or just the outside to start? Do you want me adding the mosquito or just the basic? Do you want me doing the backyard too or just the front? Either way, it's a yes or yes question. And so even if they kind of downsell themselves or just the basic, you're still getting a sale, still making money, which is fun. Assume close. Just start signing them up. I kid you not, this has worked more times than I thought it would. Just assume that they already said yes. Just start asking email, phone number, awesome, cool, sign here. Wait, what? I'm agreeing to it? Okay. I kid you not, this has worked way too many times. These people work 9 to 5 jobs. They're literally programmed to just be bossed around. So if you can confidently instruct them to get the card, confidently say, oh, sign here, I'll get you taken care of. There's like an 80% chance they're just going to do it because you told them to. It's awesome. Like I said, I've closed way more deals than I thought possible just by being super receptive, which is awesome. But Decker, what if it's a real objection? Like, what if it's a real concern, right? It's probably not. Again, 99% of the time, it's a smokescreen. It's very rarely a real objection, but here's some of my most common rebuttals. Just 'cause it never hurts to overcome it, anyways. I need to talk to my wife. Yeah, for sure. I mean, in my experience, this is kind of something we do for the wife. I don't know about you, but I'm an Eagle Scout. If I see a spider, I give it one of these with the flip flop. But the other day, I made the mistake of taking my fiance to Burger King. She saw like cockroach running around and lost it. She's like, kill it. Running around, flailing arms, do that stuff. Get them laughing. When you run around, do the high pitched voice, flail your arms. They're laughing. When they're laughing, they're not going to slam the door on you. That is a proven fact. And I'll tell you what, I'll even take $10 off so you can puff your chest out. Say, yeah, honey. And I haggled the crap out of that sales guy. But do you think she'd have a problem with you killing the bugs? It's a very low pressure close, and it just kind of makes sense. Oh, I need to ask my husband. Yeah, totally. I mean, in my career, I've learned two things. The wives are always concerned about the safety of our products for the kids and pets. All of our stuff is totally organic, kid friendly, pet friendly, dog friendly, cat friendly. Husband friendly is optional though, so that's up to you. Again, get them laughing. Us men folk, on the other hand, we tend to be a little bit more, we'll say stubborn is probably the nice word. We're usually more concerned about the money. But I'll tell you what, just to make it a no-brainer for you, if you can leave me and my crew an honest review when we finish, I'd be able to put you on a loyalty rate, which will drop that price to just 129 bucks. And if your husband says, "No, I love the bugs. I want cockroaches all over my kitchen," you give me a call and we'll take care of that. All I need is just a good email address. And then you're looking down, ready to type in their stuff. Oh yeah. Um, for the switchovers, you'll get a lot of, oh, I like my guy. I've had my guy for 40 years. Clint Miller, the bug man, comes over every Tuesday for family dinner. If you sold in Carolina last summer, you know about Clint Miller, the vein of my existence. Hate that guy. He's awesome though. But yeah, I've met a bunch of the guys over at Terminex. They're awesome. But at the end of the day, this is kind of a business decision. And I mean, if he was doing his job, I'd walk away with a smile on my face. But it's just since you have these spider webs right here, he does a great job of knocking them down, but they leave their pheromones behind. So we use what's called a pheromone blocker, gets deep in the cracks. We just make sure once those guys are gone, they're not coming back to bug you. And if one ever does try, we come back for free, full next day reservice guaranteed. So we'll get all of that taken care of for you today. Like I said, I'll shoot you a text message when I'm on the way. What was your phone number? Boom, sold. Price. Price objection is going to be super common, and I genuinely believe the price objection is not real. Just like Santa Claus, they just don't see the value. Because at the end of the day, odds are they're the reason that they cause the issue. When your yard looks like this, when you have your kitchen looking like crap, it's kind of your fault that you have roaches. You know what I mean? And so they're the ones responsible for paying to fix it. So like this is my friend Nick's car. So like hypothetically, if I, wrecked Nick's car and said I'd pay for it, I'm responsible for, paying for the car. I'm responsible for paying for the roaches that I invited into my kitchen. The same way that, if I wrecked a car, I would pay to fix the car. Pretty straightforward. Um, and they'll try to give you the price objection. Oh, I don't have $300 when odds are they're about to like go spend a grand on like a car or something for themselves. It's just kind of how some people are with the price objection. So just continue to redirect, add value, and close them until it is worth it. So the buying line, you said the video wasn't playing audio. So I'll just skip over this. But basically, I want you to picture when you're talking to a client how much you think they're willing to pay for it. So if I have a client, I build up the value, I explain all the benefits, the perks, and they're willing to pay, getting on the camera here, like 120 bucks, and I price them 200, they're not going to buy. And then I add value by giving them a garage. They're willing to pay more. I price drop a little bit. And as soon as these things meet right here, that's when they hand you the credit card with a smile on their face. I want you to picture 3 bars on your customer, though. Your customer needs to trust 3 things to buy from you. They need to trust you, the company, and the service or product that you provide. So a couple things you can do to have them trust you more. Kind of a funny story about me. If y'all don't know, I'm from rural Texas. When I started sales, I sounded like every stereotype you would think of someone who is from rural Texas. And this is a man named Dylan Buck. He was one of my first sales mentors. Awesome guy. What a handsome fella. But he basically told me, hey, you're selling to like high ticket business owners. Don't sound like trailer trash. And so I went from speaking like a redneck to, speaking pretty well. Dress nice. You look at this idiot. He's got his red drawers hanging out his short shorts. He's got his bright green socks, big belt buckle, big chains, and he still managed to rip 6K this day. So if he dressed like he had more than 3 brain cells, probably would have ripped like 20K. So dress nicely. A lot of people won't trust you when you knock on doors with bright green socks, which is kind of lame because I love my bright green socks. The gym, I think this comes down to more of a confidence thing, honestly. But if you're confident in the way you look, if you're confident in yourself, that confidence will help you sell more. To build confidence in your company, reviews are everything. That's my go-to, my first track every time. Yeah, have you heard of us? Look at my reviews. I'm so amazing. And then the service is just the product knowledge. This is one of my favorite sales, a very attractive young woman, and she bought because she understood the product knowledge. I explained the service to her very well. She understood exactly what she was getting, and just using the industry specific language. So talking about Ronnie, I love, always says micro encapsulated when he talks about the base spray. Talking about pheromone blockers. Talking about CS or whatever product we're using, builds more trust in the fact that the service is legit and they're not just going to go, dump celery water all over the house. So we're going to use those redirects as a way of building those trust. So just to put it all together here, this is my initial close. Yeah, we come out once a month for a period of 24 months. The first treatment usually costs a little bit more. Just we got to flush everything out and do a full inspection around the house. If you call us out online, it's normally $5.99. After that, we're just $179 per treatment. But that's why I'm here. Since my trucks are up the road over at Chelsea and Lester's house, I'm doing everything half off. Literally just $2.99 for everything around the base, up high with the pheromone blockers, door frames, windowsills, and the entire yard, front and back, plus obviously like the bushes, the brush, the trees. And then we'll do the inside too. Do you want me spraying on the inside today or just the outside to start? And your client obviously says, I need to think about it. And so you don't say, oh, you need to think about it. You don't acknowledge that at all. You're going to redirect their attention. Yeah, totally. Have you heard of us before? Just to show you right here, this is me, 4.9 stars, 800 reviews. Your neighbors seem to like me okay. I know you're going to love me too. But I'll tell you what, we have a specialty shed treatment. It's usually an extra 30 bucks. But if I can get you taken care of today with Donnie up the road, I'd be willing to throw it in totally free. I mean, Sherry, if I did that, you got to give me a shot, right? So let's break that down. Redirected her attention to have you heard of us before, to a more casual. I built credibility and built trust in the company by showing the reviews. I came in, never dropped the price on your first rack. It's a psychological trick. You want them to feel like they earned it. So I never do it on the first. I rarely do it on the second because then on the third rack, when I drop the price, I literally own them because they feel like they won and they beat the salesman. And then on the first rack, I always do a very low tension soft close. So again, I'm smiling, I'm laughing, they're smiling and laughing. You got to give me a shot, right? Hands way back, leaning back, just to keep their interest. They say no again. Yeah, totally. When's the last time you've had the home treated? They say, oh, literally just 2 weeks ago. Oh, wow. Well, Aptive really needs glasses. They missed. Look at those spider webs. Make sure you say it in a joking manner so they don't get butt hurt. But all jokes aside, they do a great job of knocking stuff down. But the problem is those spiders leave their scent behind and they just come back a week later. So we use something called a pheromone blocker, which does block the smell, keep those bad guys from ever coming back. Just to make sure once they're gone, they don't come back to bug you. Like I said, I'll always text you when I'm on the way. What was that phone number, ma'am? So let's break that down. I responded to the answer. Oh, you just had it serviced. In their head, they're thinking, that'll get him out of here. I just had the home serviced. So I don't even need it. And then I come in, oh, well, that's exactly why you need it. Look, spiders. And you'll notice I didn't price drop. I'm still defending the price as long as I can. And then you have to explain why you're better than them without attacking their company. At the end of the day, they made the decision to sign up with whoever knocked on their door last year. Um, if you attack the company, you are attacking their intelligence, and people get very defensive. No, I love my exterminator. Like, it's not that serious. So don't make it that serious. If you start attacking their company, they just won't respect it. And then that's a good example of the contract close there at the end. But sure enough, they say no. So you rack them again. Yeah, totally. How long have you been in the neighborhood? Oh, I've been here since 1812. Awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, if you can keep this between us just because everyone else in the neighborhood is paying 179 a month, if you can leave me and my team an honest review, and like I said, just keep this between us, I'd be able to put you on my loyalty rate. Drops the price down to just 139 bucks, and that's literally what I pay in my house right now.
Hey
This,
Decker, keep
yo,
going, dude. Sorry to cut you off. Would you be down if we role played this a little bit?
oh,
So all the rookies can
definitely.
kind of see it in real time. I want them to see them how you do it. So guys, racking as Decker's been saying. So this is when you get to the very end of the pitch, and the customer tries to give you an excuse not to do it, like he's saying, "Let me talk to my spouse. Let me think about it." And the acronym, as he's saying, is resolve, ace, close. So we call it RAC. So you resolve their concern, you ace, you make the deal a little bit sweeter, and then you close them again. At the end of the pitch, sometimes when you close them, not often, but sometimes they just say yes right away. Usually it takes a couple racks, and sometimes, like what he's getting into right now, is a rack battle. So you rack the first time, they give you an excuse and close them again. They give you another excuse. So you do it a second time and a third time. Okay. Um, and when you guys are training each week with your trainers, well, this usually comes after you already have the pitch down and smoke screens, but we'll go over all of this individually as well. Is it okay if I be the customer, Decker,
Yeah,
and we rack together? Is
perfect.
that cool? Cool.
Definitely.
Hey, and your screen, we can't see. We see the computer. Could you put it on you for just a quick sec so they can like see? I
Yeah,
just
so
want them to see your face as you're talking.
I'm on my phone is talking. My computer camera's kind of messed up. Um,
Oh no, you're fine,
so
dude.
if
What
you
if I made
look,
you? So are you in two spots? What if I made you your phone? Okay, no, you're good, man. If the computer camera won't work, let's just do it like this. I'll be
cool.
the customer. So we'll go three times. Let's do this. You ready?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so
So
Decker's got the very end of the pitch. He just closed me, and I'm gonna say this. Hey, yeah, it sounds good to me. I just need to think about it.
yeah, for sure. How long have you been in the neighborhood for?
About 7 years.
I mean, awesome. Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you what, if you can keep this between us, just because most folks in the neighborhood are paying that 179 a month I told you about, just because I have so many people out here, if you can leave me and my team an honest review, and then, like I said, just keep that secret for me, I'd be willing to drop you to the loyalty rate, drops it down to just 159 bucks, and that's for everything. Full interior, exterior, same day reservice. You give me a phone call. But can you keep that secret for me, Josh?
I mean, yeah, but I just need to. I want to talk it over with my wife a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in my experience, this is kind of something we do for the wife. So I don't know about you. I'm an Eagle Scout. When I see a spider, I grab my shoe and I give it one of these. My fiance, on the other hand, scared to hell of bugs. I made the mistake of going out to Burger King about a week ago. A little cockroach started running around. Kill it, kill it, kill it, Started freaking out. But I mean, and I'll even tell you what. Just you can like puff your chest out when she gets home. And I haggled the crap out of that sales guy. I'll take another 10 bucks off for you. Man, do you think your wife would have a problem with you killing the bugs?
Yeah, I mean, and so this is a rack battle. So I've given him two excuses. I'm gonna give him a third one, and then I'll let him close me. Yeah. I mean, you just showed up at my door 10 minutes ago. I kind of want to look you guys
Yeah,
up and like,
definitely. Definitely. Have you
yeah,
heard of
I
us
just don't feel
before?
comfortable making a decision
Have
right
you have you
now.
heard of
Say
us?
what?
Have you heard of
I
us?
don't think so. No.
Kona?
No, I don't
Gotcha. Yeah,
think
no,
so.
we're kind of the small local guys. But just to show you, this is me right here. As you can see, 4.9 stars, 800 reviews. Your neighbors all seem to like me okay. I know you're gonna love our services too, Josh. But I'll tell you what, just to make it a no-brainer for you, just because your house is like right on the street corner here, it would be like a great place for me to park my truck, just so like this street and this street can both see my logo in big letters. It would go a long way for me. So I'll tell you what, if you can take my last spot tonight, I'd be willing to drop that price down to just 129 bucks for everything. Full interior, exterior, get out those spiders in the kitchen you were telling me about, and I'll even include that mosquito fog all around the exterior. All I need is just a good email address to get you on the schedule.
Hey, perfect. Yep, just like that. Okay, now, so Decker has a lot of really good one-liners. Now, a lot of you guys probably just heard that and you're like, "Holy crap! How do I learn how to say and memorize all those things?" Um, so the way that you learn stuff is just like little by little. Decker's very first day out there, he didn't sound like that. That's 360K of revenue later during the summertime. Um, what would be awesome, Decker, is if to all these first year reps. Could you share that slideshow with my email? And then I can like take screenshots of it, and I'm gonna create a group chat with all the first year reps tonight, and I can send it to all you guys so you guys can go and take notes and try to learn some of these one-liners. Could you do that, Decker?
Yeah, definitely. I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool.
It's pretty
Pretty should do that.
close. Yeah, I've
I
got
just
a
wanted the guys to see that in real time. We probably like got 2 more minutes, so keep going. But
Yeah, no, I'll be super quick. This is just to go over the importance of racking. So my stats from the summer, I'm huge on stats. I track literally everything. So this just right here shows the number of sales after how many racks. And so what that means is I only made 7% of my sales after not racking at all. But at the same time, if you can get 3 racks in your bag, that's 65% of my sales. That's 200 ish in rev, 220. And 89% of them came in the first 5 racks. So that's like $320,000 worth of revenue. You don't need to rack forever. I post a lot on my Instagram, like racking 112 times. It's very rarely that serious. There were a couple deals in the like 10 to 30 range, which is pretty cool. But if y'all want to learn more, I post a lot of sales stuff on Instagram, so go shoot me a follow. As you can see right here, I have like pest specific and just generic. But rack 30 times like a pro, rack 112 times, a bunch of other sales related stuff, which is pretty cool. And then go check that out for sure. And then Josh has mentioned this a few times. I am doing off-season blitzes for detailing out here in Las Vegas. I'll be super quick, but that's my information right there. Anyone who is interested. For rookies, you get to learn the skills, get the door-to-door experience. You're surrounded by growth-minded people. You are your network at the end of the day. Train under me and my team, make a bunch of money before the summertime because we still got bills in January, and then we're paying everybody up front for the vets. Just keep your skills sharp, keep your team together, good culture there. Make money before the back end hits in December. Like I said, get paid up front. It's also a great opportunity to train your recruits. It's kind of like a preseason. Get them learning how to knock on doors. Immediate marketing deal for all veterans. And then Josh said this. I'm not gonna like steal your reps. I will be with you in June. So if any of y'all are selling out here in June, we will have issues because why are you at my house if I am not here? My fiance will freak out. So please do not come into my house during the summertime when I'm not here. I will be a sad man. So this is my information one more time. I was gonna open up for questions, but I know I'm looking at we have 3 minutes and 50 seconds left, so I can maybe take one, maybe. No
any of you guys
questions.
here got questions? Okay. If any of you guys here do, that's Decker's phone number. Sure, he'd be
Hey,
happy to
Decker,
help.
I got a question.
What's going on, BK?
Question is like, you know how you got your social media page? Like, what would you recommend for like
So I'm
someone who
doing I'm
would
doing
want to start
one-on-one
up
training
their
with
own
a couple
social media
guys with
page?
social media recruiting using Instagram. I'm sorry to be fast. I have like 3 minutes before the Zoom automatically shuts off. But text me and I'll gonna give you my playbook. I have a big PDF on strategy. I could talk about that for hours, and Josh would be very bored. So shoot me a text and I'll answer that.
Yeah. Shoot him a text, BK. If you don't have Decker's number, I can send it to you.
It's on the
Guys,
screen
thanks
right
for
here.
hopping on.